Date is the 4th of Therendor, year the kingdom 998. The weather is a bracing cold morning. The sun is barely peeking over the horizon. And the situation, I am bringing an injured man while waiting on Seeked Elsa. I awoke with a start, as did N, to the sound of a horse's cry. Outside the poppy, we found a man injured but alive. I healed him as best I could and brought him in with the intent of Seeker Elsa having a closer look at his injuries. I'm already tired, and the day has only just begun. I suppose my exhaustion from yesterday is lingering. After meeting Kai and them seeing their contact to gain information about the Silver Dancer, we spent many, many hours in the library at Regalport looking for information on House Fjarlin, its matriarch, her sister, the schism that separated House Thorani, missing people, conspiracy theories, the sea dragons, High Prince Ryger. I admit I am not the most book-smart person, especially when compared to someone like Willow. I tried my best, and it left me quite drained. We decided to then take a break, and we had some clementines, and purchased a pot for Seeker Elsa, which was very kind. Willow purchased a set of books for Captain Varys. Oh, I apologize, Mr. Varys. And we decided to walk home rather than catch the ferry, so N could fill the pot with flowers. As we were walking home, we encountered 3 teenagers, and I now recall they mentioned monsters in the woods. The realization that there may have been some truth to their words gives me a knot in my stomach. Before dinner, I had a brief walk with and conversation with Willow and Mr. Varys, and N stayed back to help Secret Elsa with dinner. N spoke with Willow about something, and then spoke with me about my oath. I was sort of excited at first to share my oath with someone, but afterwards I just felt heavy. I suppose that's the point. That's why I wear my pendant where I do. And sleeping on those memories, I woke up tired. Woke up to this man injured, the smell of blood on the air. Back to what I know best, I suppose. But Secret Elsa will heal him, and I will find out what attacked him, so I may stop it before it does so again.
Thank you very much.
All right.
We begin the scene. The morning is still graying over Salvage when a horse's dying scream pierces the mist. By the time the sun is streaming down in hazy shafts of light, we see the body of the horse, its tongue lolling out past its teeth, the whites of its eyes showing in the terror of its last moments. Beyond the shape of its corpse, drag marks in the mud that suggest a scuffle and an escape, and beyond them, Luca carrying the limp body of the collapsed man towards the nodding poppy. We open on Luca and En dragging this wounded man into the Kinnick. What do you do?
Is
Is Elsa
N
awake?
with me?
I'm
Or are you still shadowed?
I'm trailing in behind you, so I was watching your back as you carried the man in to make sure nothing came at you. So I'm back.
Uh,
I'm coming in with you.
okay, can you fetch Secret Elsa, please?
Yeah, I'm on it. And it's going
Okay.
to lock the door before they head towards Elsa's room.
And
Okay.
I will take the man into one of the
Yeah,
rooms to be examined.
yeah. You take the man into the doctor's office part of the clinic, uh, which is pretty easy. It's a pretty straight shot from the door there.
Yeah.
Brother, and you run upstairs to seek Elsa's room.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock on the door, not super pounding, but loud enough. Elsa, Elsa, wake up.
There's a shuffle and sort of a sleepy voice. What is it?
There's a man. A man's injured.
I'll be right there. You hear some shuffling, and Sika Elsa quickly comes out of her room, still in her nightgown, um, looking bleary eyed, but quickly follows you downstairs.
Yeah, lead her down to where Luca is.
Right. Elsa comes into the room with where you are, Luca, and she says, "What's the situation?"
Um, I'm not entirely sure. This man was attacked by something, and I healed the injuries on his arm. They looked like bite marks. Did they look like bite marks?
Yes.
Yes, they looked like bite marks, but he's still unconscious.
Right. Sika also sort of scrubs her hands quickly after pulling her hair out of her face and starts examining the man. Okay. Just gonna double check what this does. Huh. Okay. She touches her the tips of her fingers to the pendant at her neck as she slowly begins casting a ritual to identify poison and disease. And examines the man. I'm just opening tabs. What do you guys do as this is happening?
En's kind of just standing back, trying to stay out of their way. En's probably going to move to like the windows or the door to just kind of keep an eye out.
I'll like politely undress the man, not
Yeah,
to
I
get him
imagine you're
bare,
removing
but
the
like
shirt where there are injuries and such.
yes.
Yeah, you sort of settle into a rhythm with Seagull, so you've not had to do this very much, certainly nothing as severe as this before in your time here, but you cut away the bloodied sleeve so that she can see the arm properly and there's no like fabric that'll get into the wounds, even though you've healed most of them.
Yes. And just like
Um,
checking him over for any more sources of blood, just to see.
yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I will make a medicine check for Sika Elsa with advantage because Luca is helping her. Well, that's not good. Well, she did just wake up. I'll need a little more time to examine what happened, but in the meantime, thank you, Luca, for tending to him as quickly as you did. That should help quite a bit.
of course.
In the background, and I imagine you're closer to the door.
Yeah.
You sort of hear some muffled shuffling as Varys wakes up, confused. What's going on?
We're not sure. There's an injured man that Elsa and Luca are looking after. There was a horse screaming earlier. We're not really sure.
Where'd you find him?
Just down the road.
Right.
You can probably go back to bed, I'm sure. Elsa and Luca have this.
Might be good to see the place where you found him.
En's
Maybe
gonna
he dropped something.
En's gonna shuffle to the nearest window and like peek out just to see if there's anything out there.
It is still quite dim and foggy out. It is difficult to see much farther than like a meter or two beyond the poppy. You would need to go outside to see things.
And
But there is the faint sort of beeping
yeah.
noise of fish dog in the distance.
And
A faint
it's
pinprick of blue light.
En's gonna think for a moment and then look back to Varys. You got a weapon?
I'm sure I can find something.
Grab something. Still don't know what's out there. And we'll flip the lock and ease the door open, knife in hand.
I'll be right with you.
All right.
So, a couple minutes later, Varys is dressed, and you probably lend him a dagger or something. You
Yeah.
certainly have enough of them.
I'll give him one of my daggers, yes.
and the two of you head out into the mist. Meanwhile, Willow, you awoke to the sound of fish dog beeping an alarm. This was some time ago, and now you are cresting up the way towards the nodding poppy. What's Willow's situation?
Well, let's say when they woke up, it was in shifter mode, so they were already alert. Then, like,
Mm-hmm.
nose extended and everything, as they kind of shocked out of bed to this
Mm-hmm.
sudden feeling, more so than a sound, of dread
Mm.
coming from the nodding poppy. That's how it registers, how Fish Dog's warning sort of transfers
Yeah.
over to Willow.
Mm-hmm.
And so they get ready in a hurry, and they
Mm-hmm.
have probably been walking, if not jogging, quite briskly
Mm-hmm.
towards Nodding Poppy, because what Fish Dog has alerted them to in the distance is just something is wrong. So
Yeah.
not
It's
entirely sure what yet.
yeah, it's an alarm for something, some kind of alarm. It's
Yeah.
basically a mental ping of like, uh-oh.
Yeah. So Willow's been struck by uh-oh with no context, and they are now
Mhm.
quickly moving from their boat over to the Nodding Poppy.
Okay.
I guess you tell me how far Willow is before they would be able to get a clearer image, whether through sense or
Yeah.
context. I think
Give
smell would be the
me
first thing.
give me a perception check with advantage for uh scent, because you are in shifter mode as you approach.
Perception?
Yes.
Advantage. Oh,
Um Most of what you smell is like sort of the salt and uh wind, the usual smells of salvage in the early morning. The wind is in the wrong direction for you to tell what's at the nodding poppy. Um and the fog is too dense to really make out anything beyond like what's immediately around you. Visibility is shit this morning, but it is very, very early, like barely early enough for the sun to be hitting the horizon, sort of thing. It's in that weird dawn graying zone.
brisk. I
Yeah,
imagine Willow starts moving faster when they can't sense anything, because they know that by now they should know something.
yeah.
So
So, uh, about 3/4, 4/5 of the way to the nodding poppy from your own boat, you are coming up the road, and like on a clear day you would be able to see the poppy by now. Instead, you don't see much of anything, but you are hit by the smell of gore. Not just blood, but like this foul, sweet stench of ruptured organs and necrotizing flesh. And Varys, by this point, you are at the corpse of the horse when you um, sort of can hear footsteps approaching.
And it's
I would
going to
say they would
tense.
hear the sound of Willow skidding to a halt at the smell of that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if they seen En and Varys yet, because I have a feeling they have
Uh,
been like sort of they're looking towards the poppy, maybe not necessarily seeing them yet, and just hit by that
I
smell and
th-
just stops dead in their
yeah,
tracks.
I think at this point the three of you see each other.
Willow.
Willow's snout goes back quickly, and they shove their jacket over their face.
Yeah, watch out.
Varys approaches you, Willow, and says, "Yeah, smells something awful, doesn't it?" And he waves his hand briefly, and there's like a gust of fresh air as he casts a cantrip to lessen the smell a bit. You all right?
Yep. Thank you.
Least I can do. Come, let's get you upwind of this.
What happened?
We're not sure.
Not sure.
Is everyone okay?
There is an
We're
injured
all
man.
alright.
But yes, me and Luca Varus, obviously, and Elsa, we're all okay.
Is Fish Dog here?
Yeah.
This is Mim asking. Okay, I feel like Fish Dog has kind of like over to Willow
Yeah.
to lead them back to the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. God.
Yeah.
I don't think Willow got time to tie their headband, but they probably had it in pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So they're after they look a bit like ugh, but they quickly put the headband over their face for now
Yeah.
and approach the horse. Can I investigate it?
Yeah. Feel free.
Can I give Willow advantage? Because N's gonna be...
Yeah.
Yeah, so take advantage.
Willow's a little wobbly, but they are nonetheless straight to business.
N's,
Mhm.
like, beside you when you go to examine.
Jesus.
21. Okay.
Lucky.
Good,
Nice.
good. Alright, so. With N and Varys sort of keeping watch to make sure nothing else approaches, you set to investigating the corpse of the horse. There are 2 distinct sets of bite marks on the stomach, and the flesh is like rapidly putrefying despite the recent death. There's only 1 set of canine paw prints, though it is very large, like quite large. This would be bigger than a wolf. In addition to the bites, there are signs of atrophied muscle along the haunches. If one of you could give me a follow-up Arcana check.
I think
Do you want me to again?
I
Either one of
could.
you.
What's your Arcana?
What's your-
Mine's 2.
5.
Like,
Okay.
so if yours
Willow,
is
then.
5, then Willow should do it. Willow's
Yeah.
already there, up in its business anyway.
Do I have Fish Dog advantage?
Yeah.
Oof.
Nice. Yeah, this is definitely some kind of necrotic damage. It's a magical withering of flesh. So, with all that information, the 2 sets of jaw bites are angled in a way that imply that this was a 2-headed creature of some kind, and the necrosis is obviously magical, supernatural in nature around the bites. But the muscle atrophy, the sort of necrotic damage that like has withered the haunches and muscles of this horse, are clearly some kind of separate effect. This horse was clearly killed by something very big and dangerous, and it is strange that it hasn't like continued to eat this. So either something drove it off or distracted it. Other than that, you think you might be able to get more information from the man that was injured. And the tracks start leading away from the road and the poppy south, sort of a dead shot south, to like open fields and then towards the woods.
South from the Nodding Poppy?
Yeah.
Okay, Willow's probably followed those tracks to the... Not super far away, but far away enough just to see where they're going.
Yeah.
And we'll probably follow
They're
Willow.
heading in the direction of the woods. Varys stays next to the corpse just in case.
Well, maybe those kids were right.
Maybe.
You okay?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You said there was a man?
Yeah, Elsa and Luca are tending to him.
Is he awake yet?
He wasn't really, last I saw, but maybe he is
He
now.
might be now.
Yeah. You took
Okay.
you've taken like quite some time to like thoroughly investigate this, to glean all the information that you have.
Yeah, so I think I've learnt all I can. Let's go see if he's
Yeah.
awake.
All right.
All right. The two of you head back to the Nodding Poppy. Varys says, "I'll stay out here and make sure nobody disturbs the carcass or anything. I'll give a shout if I see anything strange."
And nods.
Willow's gonna chuck a fish dog to Varys to keep you company.
He nods as fish dog sort of as it gets curled over and then balances again.
Yeah, does a little circle around Varys.
Yeah. All right. So the two of you head back inside the Nodding Poppy. Um, so Luca, you are sort of. What are you doing, Luca, actually?
Have I been told to do anything?
I imagine that Sika Elsa sort of did the best she can to clean and bandage and stuff. She is still, like, tired. She hasn't slept enough yet to have spells back, basically.
Sorry,
Sorry,
can you
would you
repeat
mind
that?
repeating that?
Sika also did her best to treat the man, so cleaning and bandaging the wounds, giving him something for the fever, but she is too tired to cast spells just yet.
Oh,
She hasn't recovered from yesterday yet, so she will need a few more hours of rest before she can fully treat him as best she can.
could I be casting spells in her place? I do have a
What
few.
do you have?
Detect poison and disease, detect magic, good and evil, cure wounds. Just
Yeah, this is his wounds are pretty much healed.
yep.
What's lingering is more of a disease. But Elsa wants to identify it properly first.
Right.
So I imagine at this point, like, it's been 20-30 minutes at the moment. The man is like sort of sleeping. And Elsa needs some time to rest a little more and wake up properly. So
I might
you
have
could
shuffled her on to bed.
yeah. So you could either be in the kitchen preparing food or in the room with the man keeping watch over him while he rests.
I'll say that I just checked on him and I'm about to go outside, probably.
Okay.
So I'll probably
Did he
meet,
spot you?
yeah, Anne and Willow as they're coming back in.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
Good morning.
Willow, good morning. Why are you here?
Got a call from a little bird, or a fish, or a dog, that there was trouble at
Ah.
Nodding Poppy.
Yes, his name is Luca. Come in. Varys is outside.
He's keeping
Yeah.
watch over the crime scene.
Crime? Question mark?
You know what I mean?
No, what
The gutted
tell me.
horse.
Yes. Did you figure anything out?
Thinking about it. What condition is the man in? Can I look at him? What has Elsa said?
She needs some time before she can properly tend to him, but he is resting and stable.
Willow's probably sort of starting towards where he should be. Is anyone going to stop Willow if they
I
proceed?
don't think looking at him is an issue. If you start trying to touch him, Luca will. So,
Yeah, no. I think Willow's just curious about his condition and would want to look for themselves if Seeker else is not here to speak to.
mm,
May I?
um,
That's me asking Zeke.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
as long
Willow's
as you.
kind of started towards the room already.
Well, then I'll like briefly stop Willow and like put a finger to my lip just to keep quiet.
Willow nods like, yes, of course. And then lets themselves into the room.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll linger
I
in
don't
the
have
doorway,
advantage.
just watching.
Yeah.
What's the smellscape in here like?
Disinfectant,
Okay.
clean.
So
Like a faint smell of blood, but like not sort of that horrid stench that was around the carcass where it's like rapidly rotting.
Mm. Okay, so that's tolerable. So Willow's just going to approach and don't recognize this man.
No, you don't.
Okay. Can I do can I check? I want to check his injury, but I also just want to double check if there's anything on him to indicate like who he might be, or what kind of person he might be, where he came from.
Make a perception check, just flat.
Okay.
Okay. He looks like forester or something, somebody who works in the woods. That's the sort of general thing you get from his like appearance. Probably somebody who worked relatively nearby in one of the lumber yards or something. But other than that, what else are you looking for?
Where he's injured and how he appears to be injured.
Okay, so he was injured on his left arm around the elbow, which up with where the side of the horse basically that would have been snagged.
Sorry, would you mind repeating that? It just I swallowed a few of the words. I didn't catch it.
He was injured on his left arm on the elbow, like pretty severely. Like Luca has basically cut off the entire sleeve on the left arm to get it out of the way. There's probably like in a like basin somewhere is the discarded sleeve where you can see it's been like torn pretty badly on the upper bicep and elbow, like pretty badly.
But it's not decaying like the one outside.
No, it got treated quick enough that it's not like rotting actively.
So
However,
it would have been okay.
yeah, you can tell like Luca probably does mention that like he and Seeker also have already been doing the best they can.
Yeah.
So magical healing in some ways, which has helped a lot. But the man still has like a fever, and there's like a sort of sickly sweatiness to his face.
Is there any indication of why he was in the village? Like, if he works in the lumber yards, does he live in salvage and then travel to the lumber yards during the day?
No, he is not a resident here.
Okay.
These are questions that we'll probably just need to wait until he wakes up.
Mm.
And he's human, yeah?
Yeah.
Is Luca with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Willow's going to say, lucky you got to him when you did.
Yes, very lucky.
No use staring at him. Should we leave?
Yes. Yes, let's give him some privacy. So I'll take
So-
you out.
You probably retreat to the kitchen to
Yeah.
sit at the table and converse while Luca sets up. It is, again, very early in the morning.
Yeah, I think in the next room you'll see too that Willow looks specifically like they did just hop out of bed, chuck on their jacket, and run here. And
I'm still in
also
my
that-
pajamas, so
Yeah, that's fair. You live here. That's cool.
Yeah.
But like, also Willow's got that like still that residual sickly look that they had outside, but they are, nonetheless standing by. They could probably use a water. I feel like one of you would be able to pick up that.
yeah, I was gonna say I'll make you tea
Yeah,
Willow might need,
you.
like, yeah.
or coffee. Is that more your?
No,
speed?
like water. Like I think Willow needs water.
Okay. Well,
I don't think they'll ask
get
for
you
it
some
though. So
water.
if anyone wants to read them,
I'll just get you water.
I was saying En might putter around because Luca's been working.
Yeah.
So we'll probably bring Luca water too.
Thank you.
thanks.
Why don't you take a seat? I'm gonna start on breakfast.
Willow's gonna stand.
En will lean on the edge of the table and has had a knife in their hand pretty much since the moment you arrived, Willow. They have not put it down except maybe to transfer cups to the table.
Also, gonna put. Can we see Varys from the house?
No.
No.
He stayed
Or at least
outside,
Fish Dog.
basically.
Fish Dog knows. Fish Dog will
Yeah.
alert if Varys is suddenly killed by, I don't know, a zombie
Yeah.
horse or something. So
Yeah.
someone should get him a mask.
A mask.
It stinks out there.
Yeah, it's a pretty grisly sight.
What did you find?
Well, nothing good.
Decaying horse. Decaying much faster than it should have.
Mm-hmm.
It came from the woods. Was taken down by something canine with 2 heads. So that's interesting.
Very interesting.
Okay, Willow's gonna sit now. It's gonna slump into one of the kitchen chairs.
At least the kitchen smells much nicer. There's not the lingering smell of blood in the air here.
Yeah.
And
Just
Willow's
soon there will be
yeah.
the smell of food.
Yeah, Willow's probably leaned into the. I imagine Elsa put the fresh flowers that En brought them on the dinner table.
Yeah.
I feel like Willow's like into those now.
Yeah.
Aw. At least it went back into the woods, right?
Did it?
Did it?
As far as you could tell, yeah.
I'm looking at Willow because Willow did go towards the woods, so that was my indication.
Yeah. It seems it.
Wonder why it came out in the first place. Correct me if I'm wrong, Luca, but that doesn't seem like it's a normal occurrence around here.
No, not at all.
So what brought it
Can
out
I-
this time?
Can I do a quick like history check to see if I remember anything about anything to do with like monsters and salvage? I don't think so, but can just tell me ahead of time.
History or history check
Or
would be
survival?
appropriate here.
Okay.
No, survival is more for tracking and
Should I be
Active.
making one as well?
You can. Oh, I don't know.
you can if you want to, but I'm not sure.
Just like with your no memory.
Yeah, with my -1 intelligence.
You haven't really been living here long enough. This is something that you could also just like ask Seeker Elsa about when
Yeah.
she
Isn't she
comes
asleep?
down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then-
She basically went to like rest a little bit longer and then take a bath to wake up
Aw.
and such.
Willow, you've lived here longer than I have.
I rolled. Do I?
So a thing you know is that while Salvage and Regalport are generally pretty like uneventful and safe, the nature of the principalities is that everything is kind of restricted to the coast pretty much. So there's a lot of wild, unexplored areas on the interior of the islands. So it is, and monsters are just kind of a fact of existence
Mm.
in this universe.
Mm.
So while it's certainly not common around places of civilization such as this, where there's like enough activity that keeps such creatures away, or else like people don't settle close to that kind of trouble. It is not unheard of for relatively frontier places such as Salvage and what you imagine are probably some of the lumber villages in the woods to have occasional beasts in the night.
So like finding bears in Vancouver, kind of vibe. Finding a moose. You won't see it on the street, but you might see it if you wander to the woods. But usually they don't come to the
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
Kinda. Is that what? Yeah.
Usually
Yeah,
they're not running
yeah.
along the side of the streets, no.
No.
Yeah.
So something maybe forced it out here.
Or drew
Either
it
that
out.
or it was pursuing something.
Yeah.
Maybe it was
That's kinda
hungry.
why.
That is certainly possible.
But it didn't finish its meal.
Which is odd.
Hmm. How about we have something to eat and then we can go tracking?
And looks at Willow.
Willow looks sleepy. Suppose so.
Okay.
Hmm.
You take some time to eat and
Wake up
properly. Yeah.
and put on clothes that are not my pajamas.
Yeah, I imagine you basically threw on a coat, Luca, and like coat and boots and ran outside.
Yes.
Those tiny little sleeping shorts. I'm kidding.
And doesn't have
Uh,
pajamas, so En's just was already dressed.
Oh, sweet.
And ask.
And also likes to be prepared, so you know.
Yeah, we.
I am most comfortable when I am impervious to most forms of damage.
Yeah.
And also when I wear my eye mask. And then a little sleepy mask. Oh.
Yeah.
Willow might also be considering. They haven't mentioned it because they're still like just quietly mumbling to themselves or silent. But they might consider asking Bruno too. Is that possible, or is that like way out
Yeah.
there?
It's possible, but you would need to go back down to the docks and stuff.
Well, we could
Yeah, I can
ask
do
Secret
that.
Elsa if she
Yeah.
has any insight and then go to the docks and then go to the woods.
Swing around to the woods.
I mean, if there's a large creature that has just attacked, it is probably best to put the word out of warning.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, I imagine they're nodding poppies in a place of like traffic, yeah?
Yeah.
I imagine people are going to start wandering past and seeing the. Well, when Salvage wakes up, they're going to start
Yeah.
seeing the horse corpse, and there will be questions. Maybe we can send Varys to do it.
Yeah, I mean, he's already out there basically
Can
keeping an
En
eye.
can En like take a paper and sketch something down, just a vague shape of a two-headed beast and some information that they can then pass
Yeah.
on to Varys as like a reference.
Sure.
Yeah, so En's gonna start doing that when we're discussing things.
I imagine one of you brings a thermos of tea out to Varys, who has just been sort of standing outside for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes or
Yeah.
so.
I feel like
And
Luca
some
would be good.
toast. And some meat on the toast. Keep
Yeah.
him warm.
Yeah. Make sure you just have your nice toast next to the horse corpse. Mm-mm.
At least he has the option.
Yeah, Luca could. I imagine Luca's going to go out and give him the key.
Yeah.
Yeah. And probably look over the horse on my own. But I probably
Yeah.
won't find anything new.
I mean, you could do a medicine check.
I could. You know what? I will. All right. I'm going
Go
to
for
bring
it.
out tea to Mr. Varys.
Mm-hmm. He is very grateful for the tea. He says,
Ooh.
"Ah, thanks. Ooh, good. Okay, so I would have even given you advantage on this, but you do find some things. Okay, so
Okay.
with
that
the
horse cough.
information that Willow has given you about what they found earlier, it is very easy to find those things yourself. It also matches up with the injuries that happened to uh, the man.
Yep.
The like rapidly putrefying flesh is very disconcerting. You think that if it for you that this like sepsis might be what's giving the man the fever. And it's
Okay.
clearly like something that was passed along with the bite.
Right.
And again, like this killed a horse very easily. It should have killed the man. This is something that
Oh.
clearly had outmatched him, and like it should have either been finishing him off by the time you got here, or like he's already dead in the same way this horse was, but something stopped it from doing that.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay.
It's clearly necrotic damage, but you don't know if it would be rather with a 20. I will say that the bites are not necrotic damage, but like some sort of poison or disease bearing something. The like it's obviously some magical effect, and the rot is somewhat magical in nature, but it's the atrophy, the muscle atrophy, that sort of pings a little thing in your brain that makes you think undead.
Okay. Okay.
There's that sort of withering effect that you are particularly familiar with, that like certain undead creatures can do, where they like literally drain the vitality out of something.
Yeah. Okay. In which
May
case
I
we
just
definitely want to talk to this person.
Yeah.
And sorry, this was so just to confirm 2 bite marks, two-headed creature, atrophied flesh and muscle, which was a separate effect from that bite. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And can I examine the tracks to see if I notice anything in particular about them? Other than direction?
They are canine in nature, large. You probably wouldn't gain anything more than Willow did unless you made a separate check.
Okay.
I guess survival?
Sure. Nope.
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 Big ass paws.
Big paws deep in the ground. Big boy. Big dog.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like bigger than your hand span paws.
Oof.
Oh my
Opened.
god, I've got huge hands.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disconcerting. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything about this just gets worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to leave Varys out here alone now.
Chat to him.
Okay. Have you noticed anything suspicious while you were out here?
No, nothing of the sort. Think whatever did this and left is since long gone.
All right. I think maybe you should come inside. I'd rather you be inside than out here and potentially attacked.
Well, the sun is coming out. Not sure what to do about this, though. He sort of nods with his head towards the carcass.
We might need to take it out of the street.
Definitely should do that. Do you suppose Seeker also has a wheelbarrow and a shovel?
Absolutely. All right.
Maybe the two
I'll
of us
fetch
can
those.
set to work. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Why don't you go and quickly have something to eat, and I'll fetch those.
He nods.
All right.
Cool. Anne and Willow, are you up to anything while Luca and Varys sort of deal with the body?
I think En's
I feel like
En's
okay.
going to probably just make a few versions of this like poster. One for the nodding poppy, something they can maybe take out just basic information from what they've gathered that they can spread around easily.
Mm-hmm.
And what was Luca cooking?
Something quick. What's something quick
Yeah.
I can make for breakfast? Eggs, bacon.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Can
some
I
like
imagine?
pan-fried toast sort of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I imagine that he like? Because I do think I expected that he sort of rushed out with intention for it to be quick, but he's been gone for a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
May I continue cooking in his stead, or?
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like he left it kind of like half done, and so Willow's just going to like go over and
Finish up.
sort of finish the job. One of the
Yeah.
pieces of bacon is burning, probably. So
I didn't leave food on the stove. I'm not
I'm
that
kidding.
dumb. I'm not that.
that's not dumb. If he expected to be back sooner, is what I mean. Not burning, cooking.
I'm not
Time to be
silly.
flipped.
I'm
Yeah.
not silly.
So yeah, Willow's just carrying on what you did. You're a very busy man, or
Thank you.
like continuing the rest of what he was going to cook because
Yes.
Yeah.
meat out.
That's more likely.
Yeah, more in character. So there you go.
Yeah.
Willow's just going to do that while thinking, spotting N on the way past. Not going to comment on their drawing yet because
They're not done yet.
yeah, wouldn't want to perceive that while an artist is at work. So yeah,
Thanks.
Willow's just going to keep making eggs. And also enjoying the basking smell of breakfast hitting them in the
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. It
Also
is
the
much.
cleansing
glasses fog
smell.
up. Mm.
Yeah, it is much nicer. Seeker also comes downstairs a little while later, sort of her hair in a tighter braid. She's like clearly just bathed and had some time to wash up. It's about an hour after Willow has arrived at this point, I think. Like breakfast is made and such. And she says, "Oh, Willow, I suppose the other two let you in."
Yeah, sorry I helped myself to your stove.
"Oh, it's fine, thank you. So..." She looks between Anne and Willow. "Is there anything I should know?"
And just kind of holds up one of the posters they finished. It's not good.
"Ah. Oh, that was quick."
No, it's not a perfect rendition. I have no idea what it looks like. I just know it has big teeth and two heads. At least that's what Willow said.
Willow nods and approaches the
Let's-
table with plates. They are setting the table.
Thank you very much. Right. I suppose we
Never.
should share information. I
Mm-hmm.
think at this point, Luca and Varys come back in. They've I think the two of you moved the corpse carcass into the back garden of the Nodding Poppy so that if Elsa wants to look over that, she can.
Yeah.
Just a wheelbarrow with like atrophied horse legs sticking out of it in the beautiful, picturesque garden of Elsa's.
Oh, there's like flies. Oh man, I'm sorry. The hard cut to the back. The backyard
Yeah, that's
with
exactly
the
what I
horse
was
and the flies. Do Luca and Varys have like blood on them as well?
I don't think so.
Probably shovels. They use
Okay.
like shovels and stuff, and we're careful not to
Yeah.
touch the corpse.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
made sure we didn't touch it so we don't start
Okay.
atrophying.
Okay, good. Good.
You probably wouldn't do that, but
Better safe than
Just,
sorry.
yeah, but you made sure not to do that, and you probably like thoroughly wash your hands and such
Yes. Make
Yeah.
sure we
before
both
you
do.
come. Yeah,
Before we start eating with our hands.
yeah, no, yuck.
Okay. Yeah. Well, food's ready when you come back, so that's nice.
Yeah,
Mm.
Luca, Varys, it is good to see you again. Varys says, "We've put the body out back just so that nobody runs into it. Oh, there's only so much sand you can kick up over the bloodstain in the street."
Hopefully people won't be paying attention to it.
Oh, a village is small. I bet it'll be
Word
the
gets
roaring
around.
talk of the town.
They'll notice. Best we get word to the town before they start
Mm-hmm.
spreading rumors.
Or panic.
Same and same.
Seeker Elsa says, "Quite. Right. We should share information.
Yes.
Make sure we all eat. I imagine it will be easier to deal with the stress on a full stomach. As grisly as the details are."
And nods, and we'll set aside their drawings, supplies to start eating.
Yeah. So over breakfast, you converse and share information. I imagine, Willow, you share what you gleaned from your examination.
Mm-hmm.
Luca as well. And Elsa can share what she has gotten from treating the man.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. We might be able to ask him when he wakes up properly, which probably should be soon. I gave him a little something to ease the pain, and that should have allowed him to sleep for a little while longer. But I suspect he might be the brother of the dead man that you found in the marsh.
Oh, what's that?
And
Well, I sent a letter to him to collect what you brought back of his brother's belongings.
And that's why he was here.
Yes, I assume so.
oh, tough luck.
Indeed.
Luca kind of makes a
Yeah.
face. Like a
Yes,
tense face.
yes. Thanks to our quick actions, he should make it, though he does have a bad fever that I will need to treat. The wound was quite infected, and, well, thanks to you, Luca, it is no longer a broken arm. But I imagine it will pain him for a little while longer. Even magical healing is not always perfect, especially on injuries so severe.
Hmm. Did you notice anything about his injuries in particular?
They look to be a bite.
Hey, there's a stain on the floor. Beep beep.
Sorry.
What the fuck is that? No, it's fun. I love it. Weird frogs again, right? It's
Yeah.
Weird frogs and
Yeah.
Speak of
salvage.
Gand and the weird frogs return.
God damn it. I can't believe this is the running joke that we have.
I love this. Oh.
Anyway, Zika also says that they were bite marks, like, pretty deep. Obviously, like, very contaminated. So whatever this creature is, it had a very nasty bite.
Mm-hmm.
What else? He has a bad fever. Had a broken arm, but Luca fixed that. And might need to stay at the Poppy for a day or so, depending on his condition when he wakes up.
Okay.
Hey, quick
Mm-hmm.
thoughts. This is Willow Inner Mind Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boy, Gand. Was that his name? Gand Delvine?
Yeah,
Uh,
that was the dead man.
died from asphyxiation due to poisoning, yes?
Yes.
And that's not related to what's happening here because this was a contaminant. No, but that's also counts as. No, but not asphyxiation. Okay, sorry,
No.
just. Willow
Yeah,
assessing the inner Willow.
the other body didn't have any obvious wounds on it.
Hmm.
Not in the same way, certainly.
Okay.
I don't think they're related.
Just checking. You never know.
No, you're right to question.
Could be foul play. But for now, it just seems like monster. Two very unfortunate brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's rough.
Oh, Willow didn't say that out loud. Willow's
Yeah.
probably making eyes. You know the gestures of someone that's talking to themselves?
Yeah, and knows those gestures.
Ear twitchies.
Yeah.
Ear
Willow
twitchies,
just like
vague
assessing.
hand wiggles.
Yeah. Just eating with like a very intense look on their face, like they're invested in the conversation, but no one's privy to the conversation.
Mm-hmm. Luca has also shared that the atrophy marks on the horse look to be the mark of something undead. And Sika also says, "Oh, that is troubling."
Yeah, that's not
Mhm.
good. Is that normal
Hmm.
for salvage? Is any of this? Have you heard of any of this kind of thing happening before, Elsa?
Well, every now and then there might be some creature from the woods, some monster or something that gets a little too close, but never this close usually.
Right.
And for some reason it retreated.
Yes. I wonder.
What's on your mind?
It's either a good thing or a very bad thing.
I think we should ask the man more about his encounter when he wakes up.
Agree.
Absolutely.
All
Willow,
right.
you look deep in thought. Anything you'd like to share?
Oh, sorry for the overcooked eggs.
They're perfect.
I think that's the least of our worries right now, Willow.
My favorite food is food I don't have to cook, so they're perfect.
Shall we move forward in time then?
Yes.
Okay. It's probably going to be a little while yet before the man wakes up.
Okay.
Do we want to go visit Bruno in the meantime? Did you want to still go talk to Bruno?
Yes.
And
If
we
not
can
just to pick his brain,
dis-
then to muse aloud.
And we can distribute
Yeah,
your.
I will bring my pile of posters that I've drawn.
Yeah, you should probably put one at the post office in the town hall.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll hit some landmarks.
Is this the era of like the printing press? Can we have these
Yes!
like
Yay! I don't have to.
Draw it 10, 20 times.
Yes.
Well, I'd say you like drew 3 and we'll have them like copied so that
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a Xerox machine yet, but there is a printing press. So
okay.
if you give it to the right people, you can have it printed of some kind.
Yeah.
Certainly there are newspapers exist and stuff.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't think Salvage has a local one, but there are certainly ways to get information across.
okay.
Yeah. Well,
I assume our best place to start is the post office.
yeah.
Oh,
And
yes.
we'll head there. We'll slap one on the cleansing stone. It'll be great. Everyone goes to the cleaning, cleansing, whatever it's called, stone.
Yeah.
They'll see it. We'll put one there. And the post
should-
office, yes.
Yes.
Probably also put one just next to the big bloodstain on the floor.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm probably gonna put one around there, and I'm also gonna post one in the poppy. Like if the poppy has any sort of postings area at all. If not,
The
just
front
by
window.
the door. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, how many copies do you have? 3?
I'll say. I want to say 5. Like that's my
I was
instinct.
thinking 5 as
Yeah.
well.
So
Okay.
one.
Hey, wait,
one...
doesn't... Sorry, doesn't Fishdog know how to transcribe words onto paper?
Fishdog knows how to try,
Sorry, you cut out. What was
but
that?
like it doesn't really print. Fishdog knows how to transcribe, but it doesn't really print so much as like show a little display of words.
Right, okay.
I get the feeling it might not be able to transcribe a picture.
No, I meant,
You can-
like the words
you can have
attached
it
to, like,
floating
stay
around
out of
with
the
the-
fucking woods.
You can have the words floating on Fishdog as we go around town. Just Fishdog's display is just scrolling the words. Stay out of the woods in like bold.
In, like super small text, one at a time,
Yeah.
just going, uh-oh, with an exclamation mark at the end.
But yeah, 5
whoops.
and 2 are gonna remain like near the crime scene, one at the poppy, so I have 3 going into the remainder
Okay.
of salvage. One will go to the post office, and then I have 2 more, which will
Okay.
go around.
I imagine giving one to Bruno would be pretty good since
Yeah.
most people work around the docks.
That's the plan.
Yeah, we'll go there. on the way
How
back.
do you post it next to the crime scene? Because it is.
What's near the crime scene? Is there like
Yeah.
what is there to post
it is
to?
basically. It is basically like open road. There's maybe some trees around, like 1 or 2 lawn tree type things, garden trees.
What's the
Yeah.
texture of the ground?
Can we just make a stake and
Yeah, I was
staple
like,
it to
can
the stake?
we bring out one of the nodding poppy shovels and just dig it into
Yeah,
the ground?
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's
I was gonna say Luca should definitely do that big like, and then bring it down. You know what I mean? He should shove it into the ground. Very
You just wanna
hard.
see Luke could be sexy, right?
Absolutely, yes, but
Flex
it's also
those-
very useful and pragmatic.
back muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I'll
should
do
do it.
that.
If the road is able to, unless it's like
Yeah, this
cobblestone.
is. I mean, I imagine at this point it's like not. It's partly cobbled, but there is like areas around of it that are dirt. Yeah, you can take the shovel. Just just be prepared to lose that shovel, I guess.
We can get a new shovel.
We'll
It'll
take-
It will
keep
make you a better
people
shovel.
safe.
We'll
Yeah.
take Elsa's rattiest shovel and we'll replace it later.
I'm sure she won't mind.
I like how you assume that she has multiple shovels.
Yeah,
We'll get her another shovel, okay?
Okay.
I have
It's like
money.
Willow has multiple shovels. Willow's just got this like wardrobe full of shovels for no reason,
Why?
and we'll bring it back one day.
Well, just
What
opens
do
their
you like
closet
to
and
know,
shovels
little
come
boy?
out. It's like, why do you have these? You live on a boat.
Live on a beach.
You gotta dig out your boat? Is that how we're getting
Buried
into the water?
treasure?
Bring the
Huh?
ocean to
Huh?
you. That doesn't
you're the
explain
one
why
that
you
keeps
need a
calling me a
baker's dozen
pirate.
of them.
And then just like the sound of me digging in the background while you two bicker.
Yeah.
Okay, shovel, poster. We're good. Let's go see Bruno.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, do we want to roleplay you guys handing out over this poster at the post office, or
No, I think that is
what
just
do you
give-
what do you say?
I guess me and Luca should probably field this one.
yes.
Yeah.
I'll maybe leave it to Luca since Luca's a local, so they know Luca.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Luca
trust
is a
him
little
rather than-
more well known, but you
Yeah.
two can together.
Yeah, I'll go with him, like to
Yeah.
Josie, but
Yeah.
but
I
I'm
think
gonna
Willow's gonna
say-
stand out front.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I expected.
Okay, goddamn.
I'll say that there's been an attack and I'd like them to distribute this or show it to people when they come in, just so that they're aware, and tell people to stay safe and maybe adhere
Josie
to a
takes
curfew.
the poster and says, "Oh my, when did this happen?"
Late last night, early this morning.
My goodness. She takes the poster and says, "Thank you, I'll make sure people know.
Thank you. And you stay safe as well.
Much appreciated." Cool.
I assume that the poster also says like that it came from the woods.
Yeah,
To stay away from
and
that area.
and has
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
down all relevant information in terms of keeping
Yeah.
people safe.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cheers.
cool. Alright. So you're heading down to the docks
To the
to see
biggity
Bruno.
Bruno.
The big
Yes.
Bruno time. Hell yeah.
Well, he is certainly up and about already at this hour.
Of course.
The docks are starting up work. And Bruno is slightly surprised to see you coming from the opposite direction, Willow. It's like, huh.
Mhm. Bruno.
Willow?
Horrible news.
And he sort of scowls. What?
Well,
And we'll hold up the poster in the background, like it's just like a shadow of Willow, and just holds up the poster.
yeah, Willow steps back and does little like ta-da hands at the poster. We have a beast in salvage.
Well, not right now.
Not
But-
currently, but there was.
That we know
It
of.
was.
It was.
There was indeed a beast. And who's telling this story?
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
It's fine.
Uh,
Anyway.
Bruno takes the poster and looks over it.
Willow
Right.
appears over his shoulder. Seen anything like it?
Two-headed wolf?
Something like that.
He looks up at you. No.
Huh. Apparently it came from the woods and it attacked a forester. Coming in by horseback. Killed the horse.
The forester?
Hmm.
Do you know of anything like this? Do you know of the kind of beasts that live around Salvage?
To be honest, we're closer to the coast than anything that would really live in the woods would do. This sort of thing is usually either keeps to the marsh or to the deeper end of the woods.
Say, you've been here for like 1200 years. Any monster attacks before?
Oh, sure. There's been Kyber-cursed creatures coming out of the woodwork before. Closest it's gotten here. I mean, usually we have to worry more about what comes out of the sea or down the shore.
Say, you wouldn't happen to know the Delvine family, would you?
Who? No.
Yeah,
Do
you
they
don't
live?
really know families. Well,
I know
um,
families that work for me.
yeah, of course, that's what I mean. Like, not just your run-of-the-mill, not from salvaged families, obviously. Look, it was worth a shot. I'm just racking my mind.
Sounds to me like whatever this thing was, it needs killing and quick.
That's the
Yeah,
plan.
that's the idea, I think.
Mm,
Oh, thank you, Luca.
Sorry.
Definitely would not be a good idea to let it do this again.
Speaking
Oh.
of... No, carry on.
No. Glad somebody's on it.
Yeah.
Between this and the ghost you dealt with, seems you're becoming the regular fixer-uppers of whatever supernatural shit is crawling around.
Oh, Willow's pretty
You
good
are
at
a
fixing.
patron. Oh, thank you. It's all thanks to you, Bruno.
Well, I'll let people know not to stay out too late at night.
And tell them to avoid the fields, and definitely the woods.
Right.
I just remembered those. And if you see those... You remember those kids? Yes?
Ah, yes. The three louts.
If you see them... Well, it's
I'll
got that
deal
look
with
of
them.
dread.
Don't worry, I'll make sure the older hands keep a weather eye on them.
Right.
Maybe
Feel
put
like
them
they
to
might-
work spreading the word.
Oh
Feel
no,
like-
they'd be insufferable.
No.
Be a better
What I'm
idea
trying
to
to
just
say
tie
is...
them up and put them in a cellar.
Now there's
what
an
I'm trying to say is make sure no one gets curious.
Yeah, well, you're on the job, so it's already too late for that.
Exactly.
I'll make sure nobody who can't handle themselves doesn't stray too far.
If anyone's going to get
Precisely.
curious, it might as well be us.
He gives you all a once over. You're certainly the most prepared for it amongst the town.
Fortunate we were here then.
Indeed.
Anyway, I'm going to be busy today, so
Yeah. Well, monsters are bad for business, so I'll let you at it.
thanks. Well, I think that's it.
Cool.
Bye, Bruno!
Off
Hi,
you go.
Bruno!
So, what else are you doing?
Do we
Well,
want
You
to?
guys gonna...
Do we want to like get any supplies? Is there anything we need to grab before we head out, or should we head back and see if we could talk to the man before we start?
Yeah, I want to see if
Yeah.
he's awake.
Yeah.
Check
Yeah.
if our
And-
new friend is awake.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
see if
I
Elsa
imagine at this
Can
point...
give us stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you head back to the Nodding Poppy, and by this point, I think Varys greets you at the door and says, "The man's awake."
Oh,
Good
good.
timing.
Indeed. He's been chatting with Seeker Elsa, so...
Thank you for telling us.
Cool.
We'll all file on into there, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seeker Elsa perks up and says, "Oh, Mr. Delvine. Yes, these three, or rather, have been investigating what happened to you. Would you mind telling them about what you saw?" And the man, who is, like, sort of a little bit scruffy bearded and still looking kind of sweaty and wan, but better definitely than when you found him, and better than when you last saw him, says, "Thanks for Thanks for taking care of me.
Of course. How are you feeling?
Under the weather, but could be worse.
If you don't mind, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
Of course, of course.
Okay. All right.
So, what questions do you ask? Arn Delvine.
Arn. Okay.
What was his
A-R-N.
name, sorry? Arn.
A-R-N.
Hearties.
Arn.
The name is a good start.
Does he know where the people that found his brother? Just asking this ahead of time, or
Yeah.
any indication? He does? Or did he just receive a random
He does
summon?
know that, like, you found the belongings of his brother.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we back?
Yeah,
Okay.
just thinking.
Okay. First question. Do you mind telling us what happened to you?
Right, so I got the letter from Miss Seeker over there and about the loss of my brother, and I'd sent a message back saying I'd be here to collect his belongings. I work as a farmer out in the forest, growing, what you can. So I'm used to getting up early, and well, I woke up early this morning before it was light and figured, well, I was heading into salvage today anyway, so I might as well go ahead, saddle up my horse, and was heading out through the woods towards here when something attacked me. It was sort of strange wolf or dog or something. It was dark as big as a horse. It startled my horse, and we were near the town when it caught up to us, and bit my horse and bit me, and I was running away when it got my arm and broke it pretty bad. Seems to be healing up though, so thank you kindly for putting me on the mend.
Of course.
Don't know how I can repay you for that. Yeah, it was a huge, black, vicious jaws. I don't remember much else other than that.
May I insight check him?
Sure. He seems to be telling the truth, obviously, like, because this is like a recent traumatic memory, he might not remembering all the details quite as clearly. He can sort of point you in the direction of like whereabouts he was heading from.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Seems to be on the up and up.
Are these beasts similar to the kind that you're used to seeing around your farmland?
Please?
Sorry?
That?
Oh, we're just having a glitch.
Yeah. Could you repeat your question?
Is this the kind of beast you're used to seeing around your farmland?
No, not at all. I mean, sure, we get wolves and stuff, but you bit of fire, bit of noise, they run away. This was strange. No ordinary animal, I can tell you that much.
Were you doing or carrying anything that might have aggravated something?
Not that I can think of. Had a lantern, but that was just to light my way. I must have dropped it a ways back.
When you were attacked?
Yeah.
And kind of gives the others a look like, well, we'll know we're going in the right direction if we find that.
Mm. If I may ask, where do you live specifically?
In the Tarn Woods. A few miles south.
And sorry, I'm just going to ask Zeke real quick. Did you mention already whether he said he was pursued?
Yes, he said he was chased, and then it
Did
caught
he
up
say
to
for
them.
how long?
A few minutes.
Okay.
It got me right before, well, I was on the road in to the village. It caught me, and I thought I had lost it for a bit, but clearly not, and... Oh, I have to thank you for driving it off. Sure it would have...
Driving it off?
The last I remember, it was still over me.
Huh.
Did you not see it?
No, we didn't.
Huh. Well, whatever sent it away, pretty lucky for me, I suppose.
You don't remember anything about what sent it away?
No, just... It had me dead to rights. I don't know why it would cut and run.
Right.
Yeah.
I give a side look to probably N specifically, just because I feel like the distance is not as far away as looking up to Luca.
Yeah, and it's definitely like furrowed brow thinking. And when they feel Willow looking at them, they look back at Willow. It's like kind of a tense expression.
Does only N have the ability to open up message?
I only have message, so I would have to ping you to
Yeah.
begin. So, but
Yeah.
at this point, we might have worked out a gesture, like at the library. You
Yeah.
probably have something.
Hand signal.
Yeah.
It's a shaka.
No, it's okay. I think we'll be able to discuss it outside. Piers, you have a guardian angel.
Forgive my asking, was your horse attacked before you were?
Yeah.
Right. Does it seek this to Zeke? Does it seem like the reason he hadn't been as badly affected by the necrotic damage was simply because he was attacked sooner?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
You managed to find him pretty quick and treat him pretty quick.
Okay. Okay.
So the time between
Also, while it was a glancing blow, he was like... He had clearly, like, collapsed from his injury, after, like, running some distance.
Mm-hmm.
the time between the creature being over him and it being scared away was then pretty minimal compared to when we got out there. So
Yeah.
whatever scared it away was also nearby at the time. But
Yeah.
I have to ask one more
Interesting.
question. Do you think this was a random attack, or is this something you might have expected?
I have no reason to have expected it.
Of course. Of course.
Right. Seeker also cuts in and says, Thank you for answering their questions. I'm sure they'll try and deal with the creature as soon as possible. For now, Mr. Delvine, you should rest and recover. And he says, right, thank you. I'm in your hands, then.
Before, I feel like Willow's on their way out. Before they leave properly, they will say, sorry, by the way. And then sort of probably duck out before they elaborate.
Okay.
And
And
speaking of, they're going to
follow?
duck out and immediately go back to the horse. Shifter mode on, by the way. Not the
Yeah.
horse itself. We don't need to look at the horse
The
again.
the area.
The area.
And we'll come with
But
you.
we should cut to break here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
All right. So, you return to the Nodding Poppy after doing your rounds, after interviewing Arn about his attack, and what would you like to do?
Are we going
He was
monster
going to
hunting?
go- Oh, you were a robot just then. Am I a robot?
So are you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Technical difficulties.
Australia's
Oh,
being
Discord.
funky. Just Australia, though.
If I pay for Nitro, can we get like boosted servers?
No.
One more. Has this fixed it?
Has it?
Uh,
All of them consistently bad.
yeah, this one's
Oh, this one's good. Hi.
Does the-
This one's good.
Yeah, you sound okay so far.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've switched it over to Sydney.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that might.
God damn it.
We'll just ride on this one for now, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So,
Willow's
So,
gonna rush outside. Well, not rush outside, but walk very briskly outside.
yeah.
And
Walk
we'll follow?
briskly out back into the garden.
Oh no, not to. I'm looking.
Do you want to go to
at
the
road
where it died or to
Where
the
it died.
corpse? Okay.
where it died.
Okay. You
Yes.
return to the scene of the crime.
Yes, and I'm
Mhm.
going to activate wild hunt mode.
All right.
So the snoot is out again.
Snoot and ears elongate.
Yeah. And I am looking very closely at the ground to see if there is any evidence of something else having been here.
Make
Or
a
someone else or something.
survival check to
Advantage?
follow tracks. Yes, I believe that's what your shifter ability gives you.
I believe so too. So. Ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
Hey,
Very nice.
sick. Good
Snake
roll.
eyes.
Thank
23 snakes.
That's all, so many eyes.
Okay. So, there are no other tracks other than the one set of paws, the hooves, and the footprints of Arn and your own footprints.
It's a high roll. Can I look like
Is there like any
So
markings
whatever-
on trees or anything?
yeah, like can I look up and around, like anything on the upper
Broken
levels?
There
branches.
is okay. So here's what it is. With that, it is not absence of evidence. It is an evidence of absence. Whatever scared it away, either was not a creature that, or either was a creature that does not leave tracks, or is not something that can leave tracks. There is no evidence to
Right.
suggest that there
Duncan.
was a different creature here. There's literally
Right.
no evidence to suggest that, aside from the three actors that you already know, the horse, Arn, and the monster, that there was anything else here. So, that rules out that it was some creature that scared it off.
Or somebody, unless of course they
Yeah.
are like feathered, like levitating or something.
Yeah, but that's highly unlikely.
Right. Okay, so Willow is now just paused out on the street with the hand tapping, think emojiing. And that's
Mhm.
curious. because they have basically confirmed that there is no one else here, but on all of the details point to the monster having been scared away by something. Yeah?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Maybe it was
Where are
magic.
you guys?
And came with you.
Oh, okay. Willow didn't say that out loud. There's nothing here.
You don't see anything or smell anything that could be a third party.
No, nothing here. On the horse.
Something definitely scared it. Maybe magic. Something long distance.
Do we want to
It
make...
is bracing outside, but at least now you can see the scene better, that it's sun is shining, though clouds are rolling overhead, so it might rain later. If you want to follow those tracks, you will have to think about doing that soon.
Is there anything we could get from Seeker Elsa with regards to, like, necrotic, in case anyone gets poisoned?
Protection.
She can definitely give you some antidote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that
should
would
definitely.
so
Yeah.
that would help treat poison.
Yeah, it'd probably be best to have something like that with us. Just to be on the safe side.
Maybe Luca would have gotten that for us
Yeah, I
before we
was going
came
to
out.
say. Maybe that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing while you two are investigating
Yeah.
still.
Right, so
Yeah.
should we like add one antidote each to our inventories, you think?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Is Luca
One
going to
dose
give it
of
to us?
Yeah.
Thank you, Luca.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Luca.
One dose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make it count. Hope you won't need it.
Well, better get a move on.
Yeah,
Alright.
if we're doing this.
All right. Cool. So, you follow the tracks into the edge of the Tarn Woods, which is maybe half a mile out from town, like a 10-minute walk. Obviously, quicker on horseback.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. As you enter the edge of the forest, I would like you guys to make another survival check. Willow, you have expended your shifting capabilities for the day.
Hmm. Survival? Yeah.
Yeah, to follow the tracks.
Oh,
Hey.
wait, a fish dog, yeah? Anyway, it's okay. I did good.
Anyway, yeah, okay, so you make good headway, and you are out of your field. Luca, you have some basic knowledge, but it is Willow who is really the expert on this sort of thing. I imagine you're almost more tracking by scent than by sight at this point. There's a sort of particular smell that was about the body and stuff that beyond the rot that you can sort of detect a hint of, and you all push deeper into the forest following the tracks.
Yeah, the deeper we go, the more like careful N is going to be. Like probably going to kind of naturally almost sink into a stealth kind of walk.
Yeah. So,
While staying close to the others.
yeah. It takes quite some time. You manage to follow them in pretty deep into the forest, like to the point where the growth is so thick that like the pale spring sunlight has difficulty penetrating through the leaves of the trees, through the branches. There's some pine and stuff, and it's dense enough that like there are very deep shadows around here.
I'm keep an eye on that. Keeping an eye. I'm kind of like letting Willow lead and Luca's around, and I'm just kind of, my head is swiveling the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume Fish Dog is probably also on the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring up the rear because I can take an attack the easiest.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
one comes along.
Okay. How long are you planning to search?
Until we find something, basically. Or that's Willow's logic.
Yeah.
Finding the lamp
So
would
you
be a
rolled
good first
very
step.
high. So you rolled very high. So there is like you managed to follow the tracks pretty well, even though it gets like increasingly difficult to follow them. And like you know that you only have a limited amount of time before the like weather turns and starts washing away any traces. But it's strange. There comes a point where like you start following it into like a hollow under a tree, and then the tracks just sort of vanish in the space like underneath it.
Can
Hmm.
Fish
Like
Dog
you
fit under
search
there? Sorry.
Yeah, fish dog can examine, but there's like nothing. Even as the weather like starts to churn, you've been at this for like maybe 2 hours of like carefully picking your way through, making sure you don't miss anything.
And I assume throwing a rock into there just to see if anything happens isn't going to yield any results.
Nope.
And
also
we'll toss a pebble in case it like disappears or something.
No, I think Willow would literally send like Fish Dog would basically like a, you know, like how a bowling ball starts up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would do
Yeah.
that and kind of like try and burrow under, and then like come back and say like, beep boop, nothing. Like basically, it's not saying nothing, but it's giving the indication of nothing. And Willow looks at it like, what?
That's weird. Where did it go? Why does everything keep disappearing?
Yeah.
Stop. Yeah, this is where the tracks stop, and under sort of a large hollow at the base of a tree.
Can I investigate the tree?
Sure.
Did you guys want to do any like?
I'll investigate
with
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring advantage for Fish Dog as well.
Yeah.
Investigate.
Yes, you can also use any investigative spells or abilities.
Yeah, Luca, you have some things, don't you? Or wait, no, I have some things. Hold up.
You both have things.
Yeah.
I have detect magic.
That's what I would have used first. So do you want to do it or?
No, I think I'll do investigation. You do detect magic, or unless you have another.
Yeah, I'll do detect. I'll cast detect magic.
Oops. Sorry, did I send something just then?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just accidentally clicked identify, but that's fine.
I was trying to see what it does, but
anyway,
not relevant. No. I think I'm better. Investigation.
So there is, Luca, there is a fading aura of conjuration magic under the hollow of the tree that just sort of is fizzling out and disappears within like moments of you arriving. Willow, as like you sort of get down and investigate as close as possible, the tree seems normal, the hollow seems relatively normal. It's just very dark down there. Like I imagine you use Fish Dog to like help you light things up, but it's a cramped little space. The tracks seem to end there. There's like evidence of like whatever this creature is like burrowing under and curling up, and then nothing.
So does it know how to use magic now?
I doubt it.
Wait, does Luca visibly do anything when he detects magic? Like, does it?
Yeah, what does it look like when Luca casts Detect Magic?
Not much.
Is it notable to someone like Willow?
Yeah, you like use the gestures of the spell.
I just kind of
Um,
imagine Luca like putting his hand out, like palm facing towards whatever he's detecting. It's like very subtle.
Remember to expend a spell slot for that.
I
You
did,
are
yes.
not a- Good.
I still don't know what Luca's magic looks like, so
I just imagine
Pink.
like hand extended,
just
very
pink.
faint glow. Very faint glow is kind of what I imagined. So.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Yeah.
glow that resonates into his pendant.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I'm going to ask him, what did you learn?
Get up. Sorry, one sec.
There's a cat
a
here.
possum lands on Luca's shoulder. Stop. A forest cat.
Sorry.
Forest
Semi-daunting.
cats. Wild cats, obviously.
Yes. What's he?
Wildcats. Get your head in the game.
There was magic here. Conjuration magic? It was... It faded very quickly.
Can I do a history check?
Why history? What are you trying to learn?
Something about forest-related magic.
This would be an Arcana check.
Arcana? Okay.
Yeah, Arcana is magic, baby.
Yeah.
Can I
so-
assist?
Sure.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
And just sees Willow doing the like think emoji and sends like think vibes their way. Alright, Arcana. Oof, gosh.
18.
Thank you.
Okay, so Conjuration magic. Conjuration magic is used in summoning creatures. It is used in summoning effects or items. It is also the school of magic responsible for things like portals. If there was no clear sign of a spell being cast, conjuration magic can also be identified as what might happen in a manifest zone, or when creatures sort of spill through either from Kyber or via summoning, or sort of temporary portals that might happen occasionally.
So I'm getting the impression this thing might not live here normally, or
No, I think it came from somewhere else.
something brought it in and out, or it did somehow.
Could just be a isn't.
Unfortunate happenstance.
Unfortunately, while this was like a pretty high roll, you don't have enough information about the creature itself to make any sort of. You don't have enough information about the creature to figure out what it might be and what the specifics of it could be, so you don't really have enough information to make a guess.
Yeah.
And Willow doesn't seem like the kind to like jump to conclusions without enough info.
Yep.
Yay.
Well, ideally, that means it's not going to come back, but somehow I don't feel like we're going to be that lucky.
No. Say, for security's sake, let's put that log over it. It's just something to do.
Yeah.
Sure.
You spend some time blocking up the hollow under the tree. It is draining now.
Well, that was not as fruitful as I would have hoped.
Well, we know what it isn't. At least. Sort of. Kind of.
I
guess
give
not
Willow
really.
a look like, what? What?
No, the process of elimination. It's not a dog, I
Oh.
guess.
Right, of course.
It could be dog-shaped, just supersized.
and it could be from here. Rather,
That
we didn't learn
much
anything.
of
No,
anything.
but we have starting points. Look,
It's
it's better than nothing.
probably not here now.
Yes. Well, it did disappear, so
Could be
who's to
somewhere
say
else.
it won't
Other-
reappear.
Any other
Don't know.
spells or abilities you want to try and use?
I'll use detect good and evil just to see if there's anything nearby.
Okay. Detect good and evil or divine sense?
Good question. ¿Por qué no los dos?
This is true.
Toot, 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 toot.
What's the... Okay, so what does detect good and evil do?
Yeah, I'm just reading both. I'll post it
Okay.
in the chat.
Yeah, might as well.
Seems like it is able to locate more
Mm-hmm.
than divine sense. So
Right, divine sense is a little more limited.
yeah. So I'll cast detect good and evil.
Okay. All right, so what you find is that as you are examining, there is something there's a something under the tree that registers as desecrated.
Huh.
What is it?
I don't know how to explain it. There's something under the tree. I'll probably say this as we're like putting stuff in the hollow.
What kind of something?
And you imagine it's like an object, it's not a place, it's like a small, like, ping of something.
I'm not sure, but it's something that's been not the way it should be.
Right.
Something very strange is going on here. I think that's what we've learned.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make a makeshift shovel out of a big stick and start digging.
You're
Yeah.
digging?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'll use my shield.
May-
Oh.
I'm gonna say it is registering as literally under the tree's roots,
Okay, so nothing you can dig for.
not without tools.
Willow Luca scrapes a few inches of dirt down, and then it's like, oh, this is like with with his shield, and it's like, oh,
this isn't gonna work.
this is a lot deeper than I thought.
Do you think, like, okay, just curiosity's sake, could we explode the tree with like an eldritch blast?
It might be more efficient to like chop it down and get a shovel to dig up the roots.
But that doesn't answer my question. Can we explode the tree?
You can do damage to the tree with magic. Yes.
What if can we cast something under the root to like
Yeah,
blow it up?
can I aim Eldritch Blast at the ground?
Yeah, like sorry, imagine Willow just
will-
looking flatly at N and like squinting, like, you could kill that, maybe. But like not saying it out loud, just like, explosion? Explosion?
Here's the thing. If you shoot a gun in the dirt,
Yep.
you're not going to really
You're
get
right.
very far.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. We should come back
Sure.
with axes and
Let's not desecrate this forest any more than we need to.
Where's our lumberjack's house? How far are we from the lumberjack's house, do you think?
It's probably like not that far actually.
We could get
Huh.
axes from there.
Yeah, is there There's someone nearby who might have an axe or two handy.
Perhaps
You're
farmer
a
friend.
ways away off the path, obviously, but it is like you could go back to the path that like the wood trail that leads through the Tarn Woods. You're about I want to say like maybe 100 meters or so away from the main trail, so like easy enough for this thing to have caught wind of Arn as he was traveling towards Salvage, if he was following the path, which he most likely was.
Yeah.
Right.
As a side note, I think N would have been marking trees, even though we have Willow here.
Yeah.
N would be marking trees as they're going off the path, just for their own peace of mind, so they
Yeah.
can find their way.
I mean,
back.
I imagine you guys followed the tracks, and the tracks, while
Yeah.
they did not follow the path themselves, have brought you to this point where it is
Yeah.
close to the path.
But the tracks
Nice.
aren't going to be here forever, so yeah.
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 N will be marking,
N.
just nicking the trees as they pass with the knife.
Okay.
Thing.
Okay.
Can I suggest we could always borrow an axe from An? We know where he lives.
We could.
We don't know where he lives. We know vaguely in what area.
We can ask.
lives.
There might be other people around that we can ask exactly
Okay, look,
what his hut
can we-
is.
Nuts.
Wholesome DM. I can't think of the word. Great DM. Magical DM. Do
Your
we have...
Majesty.
Hey,
yes,
God.
Your Highness. Hey God, do we have time to go and procure some axes?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you have plenty of time. What you have found right now is a dead end. You have all the time in the world.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go find some axes. What time of the day is it, actually?
It is sort of afternoon. You spent the morning going about errands. I would say it's about 3 in the afternoon right now.
Okay,
and
let's
it
go.
is raining and kind of miserable.
Oh, okay, let's go find some axes, but less enthusiastically.
Yeah. Willow's
It's
hood
raining.
is up. Yeah.
Yep.
Poor Luca, his hair.
Anne's hood is up
Yeah, my
too.
hair. I don't have a hood, so let's go find an axe.
Do I have an umbrella in my pocket? Can I produce one and give it to Luca?
Do you?
Do
Roll for an umbrella. Roll a
How do I
d20
roll?
for umbrella.
Okay. Well, how do I gain this umbrella? Like, do I get above a 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll 1d20 for Luca's hair.
Save my hair.
Hell yeah, you got an umbrella, baby.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah, Willow,
Cool.
you have an umbrella. Not only do you have an umbrella, you remember that you have an umbrella in your pocket.
Willow pulls out, and it's not like a small umbrella, it's one of those long boys. And just like
Yeah.
extends out of their jacket, and here.
Oh, thank you. Why do you have this?
It's Willow's party
It
pants.
rains. They are my party pants,
Yeah.
it's true, yeah.
But it's a
Wow,
jacket.
your hair.
Say,
thank
pulling it
you.
out of their coat pocket.
Yep.
Yeah,
Pants can be anything. Anyway,
of course.
wouldn't want you to keep sulking.
Oh, you're too kind. Thank you.
Want to ruin your hair.
Thank you. That's exactly why I was upset.
We know.
Yep.
Thank you. All right,
Right.
I'm carrying an umbrella now
Yeah.
through the
We're going.
woods.
Yep. I imagine you head back to the path, which takes you a quicker way through
Yes,
the woods
Yes.
Yes.
back to Salvage.
Are we
And
going
I-
back to
to-
salvage? I wanted to steal from An anyway. And also suss out his house.
Well, I'll mark something on the path so that we can come back via the path next time.
Easy
So
enough
we
to do.
can't steal from An's house.
You
or
don't know
where
investigate his house.
Stealing!
Lucas
Borrowing
here.
then.
So we'll just go
You
get an
don't
axe
know where his
from-
house is, and you would probably have to break in on
Yeah.
account of that man probably locks his door when he leaves
Yeah,
the
that's-
house.
Let's
Look.
just go back to salvage and get some axes.
Yeah.
Willow,
Those are
I'm
wet.
sorry.
Willow's not saying this out loud, but I feel like when they start back down the path, Willow was starting towards An's house and is like, oh, we're not okay. And then like backpedals.
I
Turn
think
Willow
it
around.
was serious when they said we can borrow from the local lumberjacks. It saves us going all the way home and back and here again.
we'll be faster this time, I
Yeah.
promise.
It also saves us the trouble of going to the lumberjacks and then trying to find Arn's house and then breaking into Arn's house. So let's just
Okay.
get an axe from Elsa
Okay,
or
okay,
other
okay,
such.
okay, okay, okay. Willow continues ahead.
You have a penchant for borrowing things, don't you, Willow?
I'm going to give it back.
I'm amused as I say this, not like
Yeah, and
it's
Willow
naughty
says
or
I'm going
anything.
to give it back with a smile.
All right. You head back. It is definitely like half as long to go by path on foot than it was like following the tracks helter pelter through the woods very carefully so you didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
It is like 4 by the time you get to salvage again and the Nodding Poppy, with the intent to. Well, actually, you would probably go down to the docks for axes because they do a lot of woodworking down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Willow probably knows where we could get a bunch.
Yeah, we should definitely get more than one, because if we're gonna take down a tree, we all should be going at it.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
get like 4, so we have 1 each and then 1 to spare.
One for Fish Dog.
Yeah,
I wish I had
he
a
can help.
chainsaw.
Is that something you've made?
Willow's just thinking, have I made an automated axe? Do I know anything that could automate an axe?
How about we just work with what we've got for now? What if I cast Thunderous Smite on my axe and try to like knock down the tree in 1 hit? Is that something I could do?
I'm just like, what is. Trying to calculate thunder damage on tree.
Because like, when a
It-
tree gets struck by lightning, it tends to not survive.
The thing is, this a thunderous strike is not lightning damage.
That's true. That's true.
It is sonic damage.
Okay.
So you definitely
So,
friends.
so what you are doing is basically
Exploding the tree from within.
yeah, from the side actually.
If we could do that, we would have just Eldritch Blast the shit out of it. If we
What
were
if
going
we
to
cut
do that.
halfway through, and then for the final strike?
I was going to potentially offer that with Eldritch Blast, but we could do it your way too.
You're using your magic for the wrong part of the problem.
Says you. This sounds perfect to me. Anyway, let's go get some axes and we can plan which magic we're going to use while we're getting them.
Maybe we
Okay.
should save magic for whatever pops
Are
up.
you going to try and requisition an axe from the supplies?
Yeah.
Willow can
Okay.
just take them, right? They work here.
Honestly, Willow walks in with that energy, so yeah.
And Luca's totally down for it, just in case you wanted to know. Luca agrees with this energy.
Nice. Good.
Great, good.
Make a stealth check to steal 4 axes.
I don't think you're being stealthy.
No.
No.
Willow just walks in
Willow
like
just
We walk in
sauntered
like
in.
we walk in like we belong here.
well, one of
So
us
make a
does.
performance check.
Also not the relevant check.
Look, I'm
I
having
think
fun.
you can take 1 axe because I think the rest are probably being used right now.
That's fine. Luca can do it.
Of course he can. Says Luca
Okay.
aloud.
Can I yoink one? Any problem with that?
Are you like yoinking or taking?
What's the difference?
Are you yoinking it
Are
out
you
of
being
someone's
covert
hand?
about it?
Oh, maybe just out of nature. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Sleight of hand check then.
Put it in your pocket.
Will it fit?
Yes.
If an umbrella did.
The axe is a different shape, but yeah. Okay.
Barely.
No, it'll fit. Most
All right.
most handheld things can fit into your pocket. It's the issue of how wide the mouth is, not how
Yeah.
long the object is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you easily swipe an axe.
I'm gonna put that to the
Great.
test. N is handheld to me, so
Please do not shove me in Willow's pockets.
It could be there for a little bit. But anyway, yes, I immediately just Willow just takes that from like wherever it's being held and slips
Yeah,
it
you
into
just
their
like
pocket.
walk up to a tool rack and just like slip it into your pocket.
Walk
Walks
in.
away whistling.
Yeah.
Do we have an axe at the poppy?
I don't think so.
No, I didn't think so. All right, we'll make do.
Can I roll another d20 to see if I have an axe in my pocket?
No.
D40.
Okay.
You need a 39 or higher.
Okay, fine.
Wait, Anne, can you change into a giant burly person?
That doesn't make me stronger.
Oh,
That wasn't the question, N, can you?
Technically, I can be bigger than this. Yes.
Maybe you will make Luca stronger just by looking at you.
can you be Luca-sized?
If I really push myself, yes.
Does it? What does pushing yourself entail? Is that bad? Is that not something I should be interested in?
It's just a little more exhausting.
Uh-huh.
It's not gonna kill me, but
It's just like it's to describe it to Rom. It's like stretching yourself
Yeah,
as tall as possible.
that's
and
what I
like,
was thinking. Like, kind of being on your tiptoes.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like flexing very hard.
Yeah.
It's not gonna kill you, but you can't keep that up forever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's uncomfortable.
That's what I assumed. Yeah. So, just tiring.
Are we talking? Yeah. Are we talking like this on the way back? Or are
Yes.
we gonna
Yeah.
do anything before we go back?
I have nothing.
No, I think we should keep going before they
Especially-
lose the light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. A quick sniff of the nodding poppy determines that it's not being attacked or anything. So,
Yep.
off we
Sniff.
go.
Okay. Yes,
Alright.
this is the tone of the conversation as we walk back.
Anne, can you be buff?
How giant can you be? Can you be big enough to scare off the big dog
I don't.
by your
I-
sheer size?
I don't
I
think,
think N-
so. I could
N
go.
has another method of dealing with that.
I do. I can go about as big, little shorter than you, probably, Luca, and that's the extent.
Well, you're the perfect size for hugs now, so I don't think that matters.
Okay, if that's the metric we want to go with right now, I'd really rather not be hugged by the thing we're chasing, but you know what?
I meant by me!
I know, Luca.
And don't you just
You're
walk
both-
right into it?
You're both good sized for hugs.
Pardon?
Oh, yes, you
You're
put that to
both
the
good
test
sizes for hugs.
with Willow.
Pardon? N? I'm ignoring him.
Oh, well, you received a very grateful hug a couple weeks ago.
Is that what that was?
I believe so.
You realigned my spine. So, I thought it was something else.
It could be both.
You probably
Hugs have
needed
a
it.
healing effect.
Willow's gonna walk ahead.
Okay.
I'm just saying you
Leave it-
hunch a lot.
You do.
Me?
When you're not so straight, I'm worried you're going to break something.
Oh. Well, thank you for your concern. Willow hunches and walks away.
And we'll follow along and we'll get back to the tree, I think. Unless
Yes,
something would like
let's-
to interrupt us.
Okay. It is now 5:30. It's the sun is starting to set. It is starting to get dark. I imagine you also got a shovel from the poppy to dig under the tree after you chopped it down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gonna
Let's
make-
say we
Okay.
picked up that one from out front.
Yeah. That's easy to get. It's just they didn't have an axe.
Yep,
Yeah.
The horse covered
So-
one.
it'll do.
It's been hosed off. It's fine. Alright. Luca, give me an athletics check.
Oh, good. That's one of my good skills.
Yeah.
Why is Roll20 taking so... God dang! Why is Roll20 taking so long today?
Okay, so
Too much sweat.
after all that walking and running around and the big spike of adrenaline in the morning, and a pretty scant lunch, I imagine.
Yeah, we're running on empty.
Yeah. But, so it takes a while, but you do manage to chop down the tree.
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
golf claps from us.
Yeah.
Willow and N make dexterity saving throws.
We're about to be crushed by a tree.
Also, shall I say, Fish Dog is operating in torch mode at the moment, so it's just like a
Yeah.
little beacon of light in the dark.
Light, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you.
floating around, helping Luca hit his mark.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was I doing?
Dexterity.
Dexterity?
Save.
Dex save. I
Saving.
haven't been able to use my ceremony at all yet.
We'll get there.
There'll be time.
Oh no, is N gonna get scraped by the trees?
Yeah, and you a large branch lands on your foot, and you take 1 point of damage.
Yeah, that tracks. And we'll kick it away.
Watch out!
Yeah, thanks. I noticed.
The tree's falling.
It's on the ground, Luca. Thank you. God, how can I be this small and still be the only one that's
Maybe
Power
if you were more
spit.
burly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
If
this,
you were as big as me.
next time I'll just crack the whole trunk over my head. Great idea. And snaps
Well, if
like
you could
and
do
picks
that.
up the branch, like tries to break it in half just because they're pissed off now.
I'm gonna
Make a
like.
strength check.
How embarrassing can I make this for you, little one?
Oh, I forgot the -1.
Oh!
It takes a little bit of effort, but you do manage to crack the branch
Ugh.
sloppily in half. It doesn't like crack
Yeah.
cleanly. You just sort of get that
I like-
splintering of like.
Yeah, and I like wiggle it as the like little tree tendons still are still together, and then I tear them apart and toss them in either direction.
Yeah.
Willow claps again, the golf claps like when Luca got the tree down.
Oh yeah, I do too. Put the axe under my arm to clap for them.
Like the worst stub toe ever.
You okay?
Yeah.
I'm fine. And kind of shakes up their leg. And
Yeah, you're just bruised.
yeah.
Willow asks if you're okay and then keeps laughing at you.
Mm. En's gonna shove
Alright,
his shoulder
well.
just lightly as they like
Well,
reconvene.
another strength check, Luca, for
As I'm
digging
as
up
I'm
the
going
stump.
to get the shovel, I'm gonna like
Yeah.
pat N's shoulders and lay my hand upon them and give them their point of HP back.
You feel a brush of warmth as like a slight peak glow diffuses from your arm down to your toes, and the bruise is healed.
Thanks, Luca.
Thank you for your moral support while I cut down this tree. Okay, so shovel, strength,
I hand Luca the shovel.
Athletics check.
athletics.
Yeah.
Come on, this is my one skill.
It takes a while. I mean, it's
I
not
did
that
just
it's
cut down a tree, so
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's also that this is like a pretty old tree. Well, not that old. Maybe 10 years. Willow supplies helpfully.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Willow. That makes the digging
As
much
they
easier.
examine the log and stump as Luca starts digging up the roots and trying to get at whatever is underneath it. By this point, it is well into sunset. The sun is sinking.
Yeah, I think
Down.
Ends start to situate themselves as a lookout at this point
Yeah.
because they can see in the dark, so they don't need to worry about light. So they've kind of
Light.
moved a bit away from Fish Dog's light and is
Yeah.
surveying the woods.
Sorry, I have piddly human eyes that can't see in the dark.
Yeah.
It used to be like you. And a friend of mine decided to intervene.
Willow looks at N and gives
Are
them
we saying this out loud, or is this meta text?
Because Willow's going to shush you if you're saying that out loud.
I mean, if I was near Luca as I was walking away, like I imagine if that was a conversation that happened, it would be when I was still with the group, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be saying it on
Yeah.
lookout.
No, that's not something I would say out loud.
Meta
Okay.
text then.
Yes. So, if anything, I would just say, "Thank you, Fish Dog, for being so bright." At
Is there any-
most.
Yeah.
Anything else I can start sussing out? Can I do a detect magic while Luca is or is there no point doing that now? No, I won't exhaust the spell slot, never mind.
I mean, you could cast it as a ritual, because you are a ritual
Just
caster.
kidding. I will do that.
While Luca
No.
is digging it up, you do a detect magic
Yeah.
and sort of scan the area.
Anything?
Can you post the description in chat because I need to see how much. Okay, so yeah, you detect magic. As Luca is like digging up the stump and moving away the dirt, you get a ping of like sort of the faintest hint of enchantment magic, like a weak hint of enchantment magic of something that's buried under there.
We have little idea what we're digging up.
We really don't. Is Willow near the pit that I'm digging?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get a spoonful of dirt, a ground spoon, a shovel full of dirt, and offer it
I
to
sure
them.
hope it's more than a spoon.
You're gonna offer it to me.
Yeah, just a shovel full of dirt.
Willow looks at it, then looks at you with that Ryan Gosling
Yeah.
gif, you know the one? Yeah.
Well, I thought you might want to put it in your pockets since you have everything else in there.
Is this a joke?
Yes.
Ha. I'm
Toss the dirt
thank
away.
you. Ha ha ha, very good, Luca. Willow walks away.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to make this fun for me.
Okay, well, you could sing a song.
Yeah,
don't know
you
any
are
Lurks songs.
approaching. You are approaching the thing. And give me a perception check as you are
Oh.
Okay.
keeping lookout.
Here's to
Ooh.
Luca.
Hey. So you're very keenly aware of
Yeah.
what those two are saying, but you're also keeping an eye and ear out on the surrounding forest.
With a knife in hand, because that's what I do.
Yeah,
I'm just
Yeah.
twirling it.
yeah.
Almost
You
the
keep your
meditation.
fingers busy. Currently, there is not much, but you feel pretty confident that you are alert and will not be surprised by anything that might suddenly appear.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, Luca, you managed to unearth something. There's a sort of a brief twinkle that Willow, I imagine, because your passive perception is it's decently high. You see it sort of the detect magic catches it as Luca unearths the thing that was enchanted and desecrated.
Ah,
Ah.
can I?
You pour through the dirt and uncover a
Pull.
strange, lead figurine amulet, maybe?
Can I get something out of my pockets? I don't want to use my hands to manage this.
Yeah, you can grab a cloth or something to.
Yeah, I have
Tongs.
tongs. I have so many tools in my pocket. Carpenter.
Yeah.
So you
thieves,
probably
tinkers,
have
leatherworkers,
tongs.
smiths.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tongs.
I do have tongs. Yeah, let's go
you
with
have Smith's
tongs.
tools.
Yeah, Smith's tools is where I get the tongs from, and I am going to pluck it out of the dirt and shake it off.
Okay, yeah. It looks like a little lead figurine of some kind. Twisted and old, has been thoroughly caked in dirt. You shake off what you can of it. It is it was pretty entwined with the roots of the trees as well. Which makes you think that the tree grew over it.
Yeah. I also probably have a brush or something just to kind of dust it off.
Yeah.
But I feel like is there anything I can glean from the details of it? Does it look like anything in particular? Or
give me an investigation check.
Can I have Fish Dog help me?
Sure.
Investigation.
Now that you see it as well, it looks like a tuning fork, maybe? Sometimes things like that are used as a spell component. It basically looks like a spell component. With a loop for a cord or something to hold it up to, like, to be carried with. It is made of lead. It is thoroughly covered in dirt, has been in the ground for a pretty long time, you would guess, before the tree grew over it. And it had been buried relatively deep, like 2 feet underground. Luca, if you use Divine Sense, you can tell that that object is what was desecrated.
Okay. I will do that then. But how? If... Can we figure... Would we know if there's any way to figure out what it was used for?
The Identify spell, perhaps?
I have that. I think Willow would probably passively do that. I have it, and it's a ritual spell, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I just use that before?
No.
Oh,
You
no, okay.
accidentally posted it in the chat.
Ah, gotcha. Well, I will deliberately post it now.
Yeah. Do you want to cast it ritually?
How long does it take ritual-wise?
10 minutes.
I could jump the gun. I only have 3 spell slots, but
Well, if we're lucky, we'll be taking a long rest tonight and not
Yeah.
having a battle on the way home.
I think
So-
the situation would have Willow use it as a spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you cast Identify, and it confirms your suspicion of this was a spell component for some sort of spell. But the magic on it is a little bit strange. You identify the spell as a sort of strange mix of enchantment and conjuration. Just looking up what the spell is exactly. So it looks like this was kind of crudely made. But it looks like it would have been a component for something like Summon Fae or Summon Shadow Spawn. But it's been like kind of fucked up.
Is that the
Okay.
scientific term?
Yeah, like this is like, again, because this is old, the magic is kind of unraveling a bit, is what you
Right.
sense.
Old as
So
balls.
so it's like a combination of like a focus for a spell for summoning, but at the same time the object itself has been enchanted with something that's like enthrall or command or something like that.
So
Can I just...
something that would be used to summon a creature and then control it,
Yes.
seems like.
Yeah, and I was going to mention those spells, Summon Fae, Summon Shadow Spawn. Do those require someone present?
Yes.
But this has been scientifically
Abandoned
fucked
for
up.
a long... Yeah.
Yeah, so it could
So
be... we don't really know what's prompting it to do what it's doing,
Yeah.
or who's
It
commanding it, or
feels
whether they're local.
yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
It
Can we tell if it was the thing that was used, or is this
actually
just?
Willow, give me an Arcana check
Okay.
as well.
Normal or advantage?
Normal. This is for your identify spell. So. Okay. Yeah, you can tell that the enchantment part of it is what is fucking it up.
Okay.
So it might be that instead of the person wielding this being the one controlling or charming the thing that was summoned, it might have reversed polarity, basically.
What do you mean by that? It could be
That
just backfiring, or like?
Yeah, basically that the if somebody had used this to try and as a focus to summon something, they would have ended up charmed by the creature they summoned rather than the creature being charmed by them.
Oh, damn, that's unfortunate. So the creature could have like. Okay.
Um,
And sorry, is that just the result of a malfunctioning enchantment?
Looks like it was poorly made.
So, damn.
but it's old, right? So
Yeah.
anything that would have happened with it should have been happening a while ago. Or is the magic still so imbued with it that it could be summoning things now?
It's unclear, but certainly somebody buried something here before this tree grew.
So over 10 years ago,
Yeah.
but we're feeling the effects of it now.
Maybe.
For reasons, no, like as in a monster came out of the tree.
But we don't know if that's related.
Oh, don't we know that it's related to this, but we don't know if it's related, like, prompted.
You don't know if it's prompted by this, you do know it's related to this. You
Okay.
do know that whatever this creature was when it fled, it came here. It may not have originated here, but it sort of vanished under this hollow where this thing was.
So this could be just a break. It could be anything. It could be anything. We don't know whether it's being prompted. We don't know if it's just like a break in the planes, basically.
Yeah.
Huh.
But it is full dark out now, and
And I think the other important thing that we're probably going to note is that the if this is the reason, then we are now carrying the reason.
Mm-hmm.
Willow's
Do
just
you
going to
have
frown at it.
do you have
I will
some way
say
to contain it? If we put it in your pocket, will it stop working?
I don't. Oh.
well,
What
it
were you
certainly
say,
won't
Zeke?
be linked to this plane anymore if you put it in your pocket since it's an extra dimensional space.
Hmm.
That being said, though, it is an extra dimensional space, so you might not want to put it in your pocket in case it puts something worse in your pocket.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
they
lose
will
all your stuff.
no longer be my party pants. They will be my time to die pants.
Very
Yeah,
unfortunate.
you just don't wear those
Another
pants.
thing you could do is you imagine like you, Willow, know how to sort of break weak enchantments like this. You know how
Yeah.
to unmake magical items.
Mm.
Especially ones that this would count as a common magic item. It's just an arcane focus
Mm.
of some sort that's been like imbued with a very weak enchantment that should have faded but like has stuck around for a while.
Mm.
The magic is unraveling. It's certainly no like it's not a legendary treasure masterwork that will like keep being magical forever and ever and has to be unmade in the fires that created it. If you melt this down, it'll stop being what it is.
So can we explode it?
Do you have any magic that would reach the melting point of lead.
What is the melting point of lead?
Luca one-ups. Next question. What's lead?
327.5 degrees Celsius.
Huh. That's Luca on the average day, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure.
Ah,
Okay.
It's too hot. Hot damn.
You could definitely go melt this down for slag in one of the forges at the foundries in the the docks.
Stop. Oh, if only I had my portable smithing stuff at the. I don't, do
Ugh.
I? Do I?
I mean,
You,
do you want to try and set up a forge here in the forest at night?
you really don't. Forge isn't something you like portable, Mim.
You can make a
excuse you.
portable forge.
You can.
Out of a tin can or like a
Okay,
concrete
yes,
canister.
technically, yes. But should we
But-
be doing it in the middle of the woods? Where there is no
Probably
one
not.
to help us if we set the forest on fire.
Or, draw
I was
something
intending-
in with these.
Just
I
becau-
was intending to set a shield, but okay, yeah, right. So
Just because we can do something doesn't mean we should.
and
I know
that's
you
where
can
we
do
differ,
everything.
young Luca.
I-
Okay. Well,
Also,
I'm
Willow,
gonna-
you don't have any magic available to you that would effectively shield this the
Yeah.
way you want
Willow should
it to.
deflect from Luca's criticisms.
So you'd
okay.
be relying on me for that shield, would you?
You are the devoted one. Well, I suppose we could take it back to town. Hope it doesn't backfire and release a werebeast into salvage.
I suppose if it does, we'll be there.
So we'll have yours.
Yes.
Then we'll have the. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Let's head back.
Okay.
With this. Willow's going to probably wrap it up in something.
Is there anything I can scavenge off the tree? I spent so long cutting down a tree. It has to be worth my time.
Yeah, you can take a bundle of firewood back.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah, Willow would probably also gesture to you, be sure to take some of that back. We might need it to light the forge.
Cool.
We'll make use of the tree. And can take it back as a souvenir for their toe.
Yeah.
Huh.
Haha. Anything in the woods waiting to kill us, En?
Not yet.
Please say yes. I'm so tired.
So we're going to again borrow from the docks, yes? That's where we're heading?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose so. I'm sure Bruno
we can
won't
head-
mind.
Willow, you should have the stuff available to you in your boat, since that's your workshop.
You have a forge in your boat?
In my boat? I do! Yeah,
Shut
true.
up.
Fair. I wasn't sure. But yeah. Okay, sure. We'll bring the evil into my boat, why not?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Excuse
Okay.
us?
Pardon?
The conch shell.
The conch shell.
Oh, right.
Also
yeah, okay.
me.
Evil.
That you know
Or
of.
are you?
I have the eye. We don't know what its deal is.
That's fair. Alright, well, Willow's going to gesture to go back to their boat. So we're going to
Okay.
melt some lead. Luke is
Right.
yawning.
So,
Can you make me a ring?
Pardon?
Can you make me a
What?
ring?
Why?
Because I have to get something out of this experience.
Oh. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
technically that's not very hard to make.
Make you a ring, I guess. I can make you paper.
Out of lead?
No. Oh no, we're not melting. You want that as a ring?
Oh, I have to get something.
You got to work out a nice sheen.
Is my skin pretty?
I don't think you
Just
want
gonna
to
walk ahead.
I don't think you want a ring made out of something that could release a beast that then charms you, Luca.
Isn't the point that when it gets melted down, it won't do that anymore?
Yes, but do you really want to take the risk?
Hmm.
We can get you nicer
see.
rings that will charm
You muse
beasts
as
for
you head
you.
home.
Yeah.
This is the
It
conversation.
is. Yeah. So, are you going to melt it down? Are you going to head back to Willow's boat immediately and melt it down, or are you gonna stop by the Nodding Poppy for dinner?
I'm
Or
gonna go
are you
straight
going
to
to
the boat.
split?
Yeah, I think we
Okay.
should go straight to the boat.
Yeah.
I will follow Willow just to
don't-
keep them protected.
I will also go.
Okay.
I don't feel comfortable taking that thing to the Nodding Poppy.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Alright. You head to Willow's boat, and it is like 7 p.m. by the time that we see Willow dropping the little tuning fork arcane focus into a crucible and watching it melt in the fire.
Can we watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willow's also probably taken their jacket off as well, because it's,
Yeah.
well, they are dealing with the big fire in the base of their boat.
Yeah. And
I mean, it's you probably have it. What you have got is like the cargo hold opens up so that you can get ventilation,
Yeah.
Good.
so you're not like accidentally baking your boat from the inside out,
No. No.
potentially starting a fire.
Willow's got it sorted.
Yeah.
I'm watching with amazement.
And is tense just in case something happens while we're trying to do this.
Yeah. It is relatively peaceful. I mean, for all the excitement in the morning, nothing has really happened during the day. You found some information. You found this weird object that you're destroying now.
Should we have even destroyed it?
Too late for that.
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like Willow would have been thought of that, but
There's certainly no harm in destroying it.
yeah, okay.
If it was linked to that thing, or if it was prompting that thing, then this would be what helps to unmake it.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. There weren't any more details about it that I was meant to glean, I imagine.
No.
Okay, cool. We all assessed it pretty closely. It didn't seem
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
No, there
Yeah.
was no extra information that you could have gained from this.
Okay. You are on the way back to Willow's Forge. I'm going to stop into the Quail, get some food.
Maybe you should go while it's melting? Because I think it would be a beeline to Willow's, and the Quail's like in the other side, isn't it?
No, the quail is on the way.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Luca.
Yeah.
Always thinking of feeding us.
Yeah. I got to keep you healthy while you do this hard work.
Yes.
Tell me how much to spend.
I will double check how much. 8 times 3 is
101?
24? Yeah?
Yeah.
24.
Cool.
Okay, 2 silver, 1 copper, please.
Thank you.
For fish and chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Seem
It's
to be
just like that
having
other time.
Yeah. Having that a
yeah.
lot when we hang out in Willow's boat.
Yeah.
Nostalgic.
It's almost
Yes.
like being in Willow's boat lends itself to having fish. Mm.
That, and it's the most portable
Yes,
of the...
Yes, God, I understand. I was trying to be cute.
The lore doesn't turn off.
Oh gosh.
The Lord?
The lore!
L-O-R-E.
Okay. Like, I'm sorry, I don't believe in that with my faith.
Oh.
You
I
don't
believe in the
believe in
divinity
lore? No wonder
within.
you're -1.
Checks out. Alright.
To
Damn.
history and religion and everything else.
How dare you?
God just roasted the shit out of you, bro. Hop into the urn. I'm sorry, the kiln. What
What
the
God? I don't believe in gods.
Crucible.
Crucible. Hop into the urn. You're toast.
Wow.
All right, cool.
All right,
Let's carry on.
So we're
Okay.
watching this thing
Okay.
melt while we're eating fish and chips,
Yeah.
and nothing has exploded.
Exciting.
Very
That's
good.
pretty cute. That's pretty cute of us, I have to say.
Willow might play some music or something just because we're just standing here eating, watching a like.
Yeah.
an
You
old
didn't even
Star
offer
Trek
us a
drone.
seat.
Oh no, you guys can sit.
You-
I imagine that Willow's workshop has like just sit somewhere.
Oh,
You guys would
okay.
have sat if you wanted.
Yeah, you're in a workshop. There's not a lot of seating for
You can sit on the
safety
bench.
reasons.
Can I bring chairs from downstairs?
It's
Upstairs?
up. You don't. No, do you need a chair,
I'm a
princess?
big boy. Yes, I'm a prince, remember? You're gonna make a prince sit on the floor?
There's
I
not
could.
really room for chairs in here, is what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
it's not.
say.
It's cluttered. Just find a blank space and perch. Is the nature of this workshop.
And hope that it can hold my weight.
It can. This is made for heavy stuff around here.
I will take you up on that. That's not what I meant. I'm challenging you. Yep,
Okay.
I'm a heavy boy. I'm gonna sit down.
Luca.
Yep.
Alright. It doesn't take that long for it to melt. Certainly, like, getting the fire hot enough was what
Yeah.
took more time, so it melts quickly and just turns into a little puddle of lead.
Okay, I have a
Perfect
question.
for weighting things down.
If you made it into another tuning fork, would it still be the same? Or is it because it has been like completely unmade as that original fork? And
The
then
melting is what unmakes it, yes.
yeah, okay. Cool. Just curious about the logistics of magic.
Yeah, things that are enchanted in Eberron tend to be like inscribed with runes or otherwise like it's not just like an effect applied if it's a permanent enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
So scratching away or abrading it does undo magical effects depending on the quality of the magic item.
Okay. Interesting.
I
Like
feel
if
like
you
Willow.
scratch off the serial numbers off a gun, it stops being a magic gun. It just becomes a regular
It's
gun.
more like if you saw off the muzzle of a pistol, it stops working very well. You know?
Yeah.
If you cut the
okay.
trigger off a gun, it stops being a functioning gun.
Right.
Thank you for the Kronk Luca Venn diagram.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Wait, I was going to say, oh man, I was going to say, do you think Willow has any ready-made kinds of like molds? Because I imagine Willow
I'm
wouldn't
sure.
just kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, I think Willow would make it into like, I don't know, like a cog shape or,
Yeah, you can make it into a bearing, basically.
yeah, I think Willow would just because it's a waste of melted, like all that energy just to make it into something that's holdable and they'll probably just like keep it.
Just make
Yeah.
it into like a ball.
I mean, there's always a use for lead in shipbuilding and carpentry.
Yeah, so I think Willow would like default make it into like a bearing, yeah. But
That's not a ring. I say,
It's a-
stuffing my face with chips.
bearing.
You're so funny.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
Yep.
Willow's just peering at that now, I guess.
It's done.
Well, should we report back?
It's a bit anticlimactic, but yeah, sure.
Mm.
If
Willow's
it's
gonna
done, it's
chuck it in
done.
their pocket. Guess so.
You're chucking the molten hot lead in your pocket.
Oh, when it cools.
Yeah.
After it cooled.
Yeah.
Yes.
The party pants aren't that party.
Okay,
Aren't that much of a party. We're not setting them on fire, please.
well, guess we'll go see how
Yes.
Arn's doing.
And we'll dust their hands and head out.
You're coming with us, Willow?
Sure. I'm gonna ask God real quick. Is there any reason I should check my books?
You can, if you want to.
I might let those two go ahead. Actually, give me a second, because I'm going to.
Could have been doing that while we were heating up the forge.
Well, Willow was eating.
Oh, yeah. Cutie.
They
Getting their
must
sustenance.
sustain themselves.
Yeah. So Willow will probably just tell you two to go ahead and they'll meet you there.
Okay.
Nice chopping.
Thank you. Nice melting.
Thank you. And nice catch.
Lookouting.
Thank you.
Oh, nice snapping of the tree.
Let's not. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. Be careful when you walk back, Willow.
Will do.
Mhm.
Let's
All
go
right.
check on Elsa.
Yeah.
You head back. Arn is looking much better. Elsa just wants to keep him overnight to make sure that the sickness doesn't flare up again. And
Yes. Of course.
greets you all when you come back.
Oh.
Did you find anything?
Hard to say. And I kind of glance at N. We found where the animal came from, but it is not what we expected.
Seems like something magical was afoot. Seemed to have disappeared.
I suppose. Strange. But I suppose that will happen.
Just one of the realities of the world we live in.
Yes.
There was something buried underground. Seemed like 10 years ago. Some sort of magical component.
That's strange.
Is there? You've been here a while. Is there anything you might know about people burying magical items in the woods out there?
Well, I suppose if you want to be rid of something, you bury it.
I guess.
And certainly there are plenty of superstitions and such.
Can I do a brief sketch of what the thing looked like just to show Elsa what we found?
Sure.
Yeah, so and we'll do that.
Maybe N did that too while they were like watching it melt.
Yeah.
Since...
Yeah.
Just in case.
Sure thing.
Also, Fish Dog is with you, by the way. I forgot to mention. Fish Dog's
No,
tagging
you
along.
have to keep it with you so that you have extra protection when you're coming back.
Sorry, I think Willow sent it with you.
Yeah,
No, I would have protested.
Willow doesn't care what you say. Willow would have sent it back with you.
it's here, so
I'm glad to know we care about each other.
Anyway,
yeah.
Elsa has a look over it. Let's see. She might do a... Yeah. I can't tell anything more about this.
Fair enough. Yeah, we found it buried in the woods out there, right under the tree where the creature seems to have just up and vanished.
Oh, that reminds me, I brought some firewood from said tree.
Luke's just been holding it this whole time.
Oh, no,
No,
I said,
imagine
I set
Luca
it down
put it
outside.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good to know that we won't need more firewood for a while. I suppose there's nothing left to do but wait and see what happens. Be on alert.
Yeah, no idea if it'll come back, if something else might be out there. It's still a concern.
So, we end the night.
Oh, can I do a read?
Sure.
Real quick.
Yeah.
It's assessing the Play Now books for anything from Kaiba dog things.
Yeah. Yeah, you can look around. Have a skim. Arcana check. Flat, because you do not have Fish Dog with you.
Yeah. Oops. Did I hit that twice? No. Ooh.
Oh,
shit. Okay.
Give us that nat 20, honey.
Nice.
Okay. I need to look up some lore.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Let me look at the map of the plains. All right. So let's see. So there is a plain called Mabar, the Endless Night, which is considered the sort of embodiment of entropy.
Mhm.
It is theorized by many that undead and so on are linked to Mabar, that what necrotic damage is the entropy of Mabar draining life. If, for example, Irian, the sort of eternal day, is the force of creation, then Mabar is the force of destruction in the sense of like things rotting, things withering, things dying. It is considered the negative plane in that it is a drain. And yeah, undead are fueled by Mabar. There are certain monstrosities that are associated with Mabar, shadowy things that lurk in the night or have been marked by it. Which is interesting, and so you read up a little bit on that. You don't have the most detailed account of it, but you think back to the wounds on that on the horse and on the man, and the atrophying and the sort of disappearance into shadow under the hollow of the tree, and the strange thing that you found buried there, and you think, oh, there is a phenomenon associated with like ephemeral and temporary Mabar manifest zones that are like so faint that they are more like glitches or hiccups, and these are called shadow crossings, where a piece of darkness that sees no daylight at all can temporarily become a portal of some kind, or a place where enough ambient negative magic coalesces and creates a monster of some sort that is shadowy. And you think about the description of this like hound as black as night, and you think maybe it's a shadow mastiff or something like that.
So the darkness of beneath the tree manifests a portal just purely by nature of being devoid of light, yeah? Or
Not purely
not
by.
quite.
It's like, again, there's like a lot of sort of speculative research on like
Yeah.
how manifest zones and portals appear. It is, you could get into a whole mess of essays and debate on that.
Yeah.
But it seems likely that this creature that was dark as night appeared before dawn
Mm-hmm.
and disappeared at dawn could
Right.
be a creature of Mabar. And because you rolled a natural 20, you have a slight epiphany and think, oh, the thing that chased that away, the reason why it ran back into the woods and into that hollow, is likely because what chased it away was sunlight itself.
That. Ding. Huh.
And I think that is a good point to end the session.
Yeah.
I think so too.